Hi everyone, welcome to the July National Online Chapter Meeting of the Building Designers Association of Australia. My name is Jennifer Binns and I'm joining you from the very beautiful east coast of Tasmania. And Sarah Jane is with us from head office in New South Wales. Thank you for joining us. Please use the chat box and let us know where you're logging in from. We've got two speakers today, Tony Jamieson from Lysart and Eob Yessis from Icon Corporate Events. And the big news today, of course, is the National Festival of Design to be held in New South Wales from the 18th to the 21st of October. So Eob is joining us today to discuss the presenters, format and pricing, and Sarah Jane is going to post a link in the chat box for you now to bookmark the Festival of Design. So the National Design Awards will be announced as part of the National Festival of Design, and entries close on July 22nd. So you've got 3 weeks left to finalise your submission. So Tori's just said chat appears to have been disabled. We'll see what's going on with that. Stay tuned. For those of you who are new to the BDAA, we hold this meeting on the first Tuesday of the month at 1 p.m. and our aim is to provide a platform for members to learn from industry experts, share ideas and learn from each other. The BDAA also runs a connected community portal, which as well as being a discussion forum, hosts our jobs board. So if you're looking for work or have a project you want to outsource, this is a great platform to list it on. For those of you who are new to the community, Sarah Jane will put a link in the chat box now, which appears to be working again. If you're having any trouble accessing the portal, please let us know and we can assist you in getting online. There we go. Hello, everyone. The BDAA Connected Community Portal has got several features and functions, including new notifications. So if you need assistance adjusting your notification settings to receive them once a week or only when you log in, we can send through a tutorial on how to do this. The latest edition of By Design magazine has been released and it looks fantastic. The current edition is all about design trends. It's an online magazine dedicated to designers. So all member images from the Design Award submissions are used as much as possible to give every member an opportunity to be represented and displayed. So if you would like to write an article or to be included in the next edition, which will be on the topic of interiors, please reach out to Sarah Jane at media@bdaa.com.au. And also, if you would like to give a presentation at a future meeting, please also reach out to Sarah Jane. We would love to see live member case studies and other presentations from our members. So moving on to presentations, and remember you can ask questions anytime using the Q&A box. Questions in the chat box can get missed, so if you post questions in the Q&A box and just post comments in the chat box, we can try and make sure nothing gets missed. Our first speaker today is Tony Jamieson, who's the National Architectural Manager of the Design Solutions Group at Lysart. Tony's presentation is on Lysart as Australia's foremost steel building products innovator, manufacturer and supplier. Have we got you online, Tony?
Yes, you do.
Welcome.
Thank you. Now, start my video. Okay, so I'm just working with the technology here, people, so I'm not particularly used to Zoom.
Time, it's all good.
So hopefully I can start my video and see what happens. So look, I'm looking to try and share screen if I could.
We can see you and hear you, so if you can share the screen, it should come through fine.
Yeah, just trying to work out where the button is to do that. And
to be honest, that's Sarah Jane's domain.
Hi, Tony. It's just the large green button down the bottom of the toolbar.
Ah, there we go. Had teeth that would have bitten me. And I shall push play on that. So hopefully you're hearing the audio.
No, we're not, Tony. We don't actually seem to see your screen. So you do need to push the green share button and then actually select the screen that you want to share. That's looking good.
Okay, I'll take that back.
Okay, great.
And we shall push play now.
Over to you.
Tony, we don't actually have any audio.
Okay. Any hints on how to get that audio?
When you do the share screen, Tony, down the very bottom,
Mhm.
It says share sound also on one of the little buttons on the left-hand side.
Sorry. So you share sound and share again, and we'll try again.
We are Lysart, Australia's foremost steel
Perfect.
building products innovator, manufacturer and supplier with a 150-year heritage. Originally imported by John Lysart from England, iconic corrugated steel sheeting commenced being manufactured in Australia in 1921. Now known as Custom Orb, it's played a major role in the unique style of Australian architecture. Over the years, Lysart has developed into Australia's leading roll former, with a complete product offer and national footprint, and in 2021 celebrated 100 years of Australian manufacturing. Today, Lysart is Australia's leading roll former brand within the broad BlueScope business and the Australian manufacturing industry. With 1,000 staff across 24 branches, we service the needs of our customers with a complete product offering. Lysart offer an exclusive range of solutions and steel building products. Our values are core to who we are. We aspire to lead our industry with innovative products, technical excellence, and with our customers at the heart of everything we do. We actively promote local participation and collaboration between our employees and our many communities. We employ local people, invest in local community projects, and use a mix of national and local suppliers. As part of our ongoing commitment, Lysart aims to help communities to rebuild and recover when times get tough through the Build Up Fund Community Support Fund. The Build Up Fund aims to assist community groups impacted by natural disasters or unforeseen events and circumstances. Lysart stands as one of the 2 roll-forming businesses under the umbrella of BlueScope. BlueScope is one of the world's leading manufacturers of painted and coated steel products, with operations in Australia, New Zealand, Asia, and US markets. At BlueScope, sustainability means working for success in a way that benefits our people, communities, supply chains, and the environment. We see a strong future for steel, providing a critical foundation for sustainable economic development and the transition to a low-carbon society. Globally, BlueScope's vision is to become a net zero emissions steel manufacturer before 2050. We know this is important to us as a business and to our customers. BlueScope and our partners have worked extensively in recent years to achieve Responsible Steel certification at our Port Kembla Steelworks in Australia. Certification is a significant milestone in our company's sustainability journey. We continue to implement improvements and learn from the process designed to strengthen our business, industry, and local communities. In addition to the Responsible Steel program, BlueScope is also focused on delivering sustainable outcomes across its product range. BlueScope is proud to have obtained Global Green Tag certification for a number of our key products in roofing and walling. It continues to demonstrate our commitment to developing innovative, sustainable products and services. Unlike industry average environmental product declarations, EPD, BlueScope EPDs are product specific, so you have the confidence of knowing the results are representative of the product you've specified. The inherent properties of steel, strong and durable, translate to a range of design possibilities that can help accrue points under Green Star credits. Lysart products shaped from ColourBond steel can assist in obtaining these credits across a range of key factors. Guided by our values, our contribution to sustainability extends beyond our own operations and includes the way we source materials, engage with all those we do business with, and support our local communities. With Lysart, we're shapers of ColourBond steel, meaning you have the peace of mind knowing you're getting 100% Australian-made products backed by one of this country's leading manufacturers. We have access to the complete range of ColourBond steel colours, as well as unique finishes to suit any project. We'll always ensure you choose the right material for your project. Lysart products are available in a range of finishes to suit a range of aggressive environments, including cladding shaped from Super Dura stainless steel and Permalite aluminium. The Lysart team are here to help. In fact, we have 2 dedicated teams of experts responsible for bringing your ideas to life. Using its NATAR-accredited testing facility in Sydney, the Product Innovation Group is able to undertake critical bespoke product development, research and testing tasks. And our trusted Design Solutions Group, our national team of specialist product and application experts, providing product recommendation, specifications and design assistance across our unique specialty products. The Lysart team is with you every step of the way.
Thank you. Yeah, so that was basically just a quick overview of Lysart and where we are at and what we're up to these days. So we've, I suppose, a little bit about myself. I've just headed up a new, what we're calling a design solutions group within Lysart. And so I look after a group of architectural business development managers across Australia. And we work with our specialists within the Design Solutions Group to be able to help designers get the maximum value out of our products for their projects. So working through with specifications, working through about ensuring that getting the right products for the environment, working through with spanning capacities for products, working through with some of the flexibility of the products, and it's about being able to combine different products, if you like, to get the best value for the project. So yeah, open up for if there's any questions on any of that.
So how do people, are there state branches of the Design Solutions Group, or what's the best way for people?
Yeah, so we're any of the state offices for Lysart, they're clearly on the website, those sorts of things. We'd like to think that we're out there talking to local chapters of the BDAA. So we're coming across those contacts, but certainly the state offices for each Lysart branch is a link in through to those people nationally.
Great. I'll just see if we've got any questions coming in through members. So if anyone's got any questions for Tony or any even specific technical questions that you think other people would also benefit from the answer, please post them. I guess Alan has asked, could you give an example of combining products to achieve the best project outcomes?
Certainly. So I probably can give an example of a project that hasn't come to fruition yet, but we've been working, and the project's actually gone on hold, but it's just one that comes to mind immediately. So a project that we're working on for the Aboriginal Arts Centre down in Adelaide, where we were able to work using our CAD capabilities and Revit capabilities to help them design. They wanted a very bespoke facade for that project, and looking to get a waterproof solution for what was a very, very complex shape. So working with the capability of our Perlin range, working that through with a product which we've got, which is Freeform, and then working that again to provide connections to for an external facade. We were able to maximise the benefit for that project. Now, as it is, the project's gone back to the drawing board and those sorts of things. So it's still back in the design group, but it's about being able to utilize all of those capabilities to bring that together to come up with something that otherwise would have been very difficult to achieve.
There's another question that's come through. Someone's thinking about submitting into the National Design Awards. What does Lysart look for in the Industry Partner Awards?
I suppose that's a very open-ended question. It's a difficult one to answer. So we're always looking for, I suppose, innovative use of our products and innovative use of steel and in general. So it's those sorts of things that are pushing the envelope, both in terms of use and aesthetics for those projects.
Matthew has asked, are you going to cater for users other than Revit? So i.e. ArchiCAD users.
At this, it's on the agenda, but it's a long way off, I would say. So the reality is that we're trying to, like every organisation, we have limited resources, and we're trying to get the most value that we can out of our content. And at this stage, we're focusing our efforts on what covers probably 90% of the market, which is Revit. So ArchiCAD is not off the table, but it's in the list of priorities. It's down there.
Thank you. John has asked, is it possible to get samples of product?
Absolutely, and the best people to contact would be your local branch.
And can Lysart assist in written product specifications for projects?
We can certainly help assist with that. We have a number of NAT specs, so specialised NAT spec specifications, so branded NAT spec specifications that can help. But we're also able to help designers in nuancing specifications, if you like, for their individual projects.
Thank you. Michael has asked, for Redcore, are there minimum order sizes for use in residential applications?
Yes, there are. So there are some minimum order sizes. It's generally around about 3 tonne. And there are some significant detailing issues that need to be addressed when using Redcore in any application, but particularly in residential applications. Given that it is a weathering steel, it comes as almost as black steel, and it develops its patina over time. So there are staining issues and fixing issues and those sorts of things that need to be addressed. We have some pretty good documentation on that, which we cover on our website. So under our product advisory bulletins, there's one specifically designed for Redcore in those sorts of applications, and it's well worth reading. But for any other advice, please reach out to your local Lysart branch, and we should be able to help.
Tom also has a question about Redcore. On which profiles is the Redcore finish available, and are there limitations with compatible materials?
Yes, so we're offering that across our Zenith range. So what we class as our architectural product range. So across the Zenith range, we're able to offer that, subject to those minimum order quantities. It does need to be isolated from most other common building materials, such as, so it can't be used directly against zinc aluminum galvanized material, so it needs to be isolated from those. The fixings for the product all need to be stainless steel. So there are some compatibility issues that need to be considered, and also needs to be considered is the runoff from the product and how that will affect, because it will stain areas below if that's not catered for correctly.
Okay. So are there other products that you want to talk about that you're frequently getting questions about from designers?
No, not really this stage. So we've got a very wide range of product range, everything from the traditional custom orb, so the corrugated roofing, which is sort of the almost a signature product here in Australia, through to our new facade products and those sorts of things, which are starting to come on. So our Zenith range, which is part of our offering, there's a very wide selection of products across there. So singling out any one, so more than happy at other stages, there's interest in particular ones, is to delve into each of those in greater detail. But today was just to give a bit of an overview of who we are and what we're up to.
Sure. Michael has asked, where do you see pricing going over the short to medium term, given global and local conditions?
I need to polish the crystal ball for that one. My gut feel is that hopefully prices have largely stabilized, and I think we're looking at a more stable period of pricing going forward. As I said, I don't have any specific insights to that, probably beyond anybody else that's on this call. But I think we're over that hump of call it the craziness, if you like, of the sort of post-COVID period, and we're into more stable waters for pricing going forward.
Yep.
Hopefully, exactly right.
Does Lysart have colour samples on a fan deck or a keyring style for designers to keep in their design libraries?
Absolutely, we do. Yes, so we're able to organise that. Once again, it's a simple call to our branches, and we can get that out for you.
So, what are I know you've got the Lysart referee. What are some of the Lysart tools that you would recommend designers keep in their libraries?
I would think that the reality is these days everything is web driven. So and we're no different. So our Lysart Professionals website is a sort of key repository of all of our technical and design info, and I'd strongly recommend people use that as a model going forward. We also have all of our BIM content, or Revit content, if you like. It's all hosted on bimcontent.com. And it's a great source of product that can be readily utilised in design. So there's Revit families. There's a lot of details there as well that are readily replicated for walls, for roofing, for condensation control, detailing. All of those sorts of things are provided via that site.
And I know Sarah Janus has posted 2 links into the chat box.
Yep.
And John has also said there's a good Steel Select site, which is a good site for information as well.
Yes, it is.
Adrian has asked, what is the lead time for Redcore?
Redcore, so the lead time is going to be probably around 12 weeks for that. And once again, it's all linked into those minimum order quantities. It's to be fair, it's a product that's more around the big end of town rather than residential. It does have some residential applications, and it is something that could be used. But as I said, there are those significant minimum order quantities, and there are significant lead times as well.
Shane has asked, with Redcore, how long does the staining risk last for, and does it stabilise after, say, 12 months?
I believe that it does. There is a potential for staining for an extended period, but the vast majority of that staining does happen in that first 12 months. And it'll depend from environment to environment. So that could be 12 months, it could be 18 months. Just depends really on the environment, how much water gets onto the product, those sorts of things as well, all have an impact on it. So there's no definitive timeline, but if you worked on that sort of 12 to 18 months, that's when the majority of that staining needs to be catered for. But there is always an ongoing potential for staining throughout the life of the product.
And it can be sealed at a certain point when the desired finish is obtained?
That is, there are potentially some, I don't have great data on that, but there are aftermarket products that will do that. Don't ask me what they are, because I don't know, but it is something that we could provide some advice to. But there's probably the paint companies and those sorts of things would be better positioned. The concept behind Redcore is that it does develop its patina, it gets to that point, and then it stabilizes. But there are opportunities, and I am aware that there are products on the market that you can do to seal the product as well.
Yeah. John has asked, do we need a special product to safely collect drinking water off roofing?
No. So basically, Colorbond steel, it has been tested and there's no issues with runoff for that for drinking water that I'm aware of.
So there's a question from New Designer. Can you help me with some sales rhetoric I can use when clients asking about the sustainability of steel versus timber?
That's a big question, and one that I'd love to take offline. And we have just recently developed a CPD presentation with regards to sustainability in steel and how that specifically relates to our Lysart products and BlueScope as an overall. And I think that's probably a better way to deal with that. If people are interested, then to please reach out, and we'd love to take them through that. It's, I suppose, the general messaging that I would try to put across about steel is that from a BlueScope perspective, we're in best in class, if you like, worldwide for pursuing the most sustainable version of steel that we can get, and we're committed to net zero targets as well. We are doing a lot of work both here and overseas with our steel production in getting lower carbon steels into the marketplace and producing those, but also recognizing that any talk about carbon and sustainable products needs to be a whole of life conversation. And steel has the advantage of A, having a very long life, and B, being fully recyclable at the end. And that's got to be factored in against other products out there in the marketplace. The other thing, generally from a residential perspective, is that the mass of the steel that's being used is very little. So they're light gauge steels that are going on for claddings or even for framing, any of those sorts of things. So instead of dealing with large masses of product, you're dealing with thin gauge steels, and so there's much less mass there, if that makes sense. So I think the sustainability message for steel is a reasonably good one. It is always an interesting conversation when you're comparing it with one product to another. So for timber and those sorts of things, and I think what we've tried to do from a BlueScope perspective is to provide a full picture from cradle to gate of with our EPDs of the carbon content and the energy content and all those sorts of things that we've provided. And by cradle to gate, so basically from taking it from iron ore through to roll form product, our EPDs have recently been updated to cover that entire spectrum. And once again, those are readily available from our websites. But people that were looking to dig deeper into that level of detail and deeper into the Green Star credits and those sorts of things that are available from using our products, we're more than happy to run some of those CPD programs going forward.
Yeah, I think there's a fair bit of interest in it. I've just got a few more questions coming in before we lose you. Are all the steel products produced here in Australia?
Sorry, I didn't quite
catch
that.
Steel products produced here in Australia?
Yes, they are.
And what is the recycled component of Lysart steel?
That varies from product to product, but we're looking at fairly high, and the number just escapes me at the moment. But there is a reasonably high recycled content in that steel. I'd have to go back to the EPDs to pull that out. Apologies.
Hey, June has asked, can red core be pre-patinaed before installation?
It could be, but it could be. So it's the sort of thing that could be. It would take a fair amount of space, but you'd have to be laying that the red core out and then wetting it and doing that over that sort of 12-month period. So it's whether or not there's the ability, the space, the ability, and the willingness to do that.
What is the lifespan of products for residential and commercial applications? That's a very broad question as well.
Yeah. So once again, it depends on the environment and the use. We've got warranties up for up to 30 years. And there are plenty of examples of our products being still in use well beyond that period. So the lifespan of the product really is dependent on the environment. But as I said, 30-year warranties are fairly commonplace for most benign environments for steel roofing application.
Has Lysat thought about creating insulated panels?
We have looked at it from time to time, but it's not currently on our development list.
Thank you, Tony. That's, there's a lot of good information there. I think so. Really, the message is people want some assistance with specifications and detailing and product detail that to approach the state Lysat offices.
Yes, please.
Assistance.
Yes,
so Sarah
absolutely.
Jane's posted those links. So if anybody wants further information, reach out to Sarah Jane and she'll have all of Tony's details as well. Thank you very much for joining us, Tony.
Thank you.
So I think our second speaker today is Eob Yesus, who is the Director of Icon Corporate Events. And Eob has been appointed to curate and oversee the upcoming National Festival of Design. And he's going to discuss with us the various aspects of the festival, including the conference theme, ticket purchasing process, available accommodation options and more. But before we go to Eob, we're going to hear from Chris Neeram, who's the CEO of BDAA, who is going to discuss with us the venue selection for the conference. Have we got you online, Chris? You there, Chris? I can see you're over there, just waiting for Chris to come online. So Eob will be able to go through some of the... Oh, you there?
G'day, Jen. Sorry, can you hear
Chris, how you doing?
Good, thanks. Sorry, I've had to just pull over. I just had a meeting. I've just had to pull over on the side of the road.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so I was just listening to that. So that was very, very good. The concern, obviously, with people with steel is the amount of steel that's being produced here in Australia and how much is imported. The sad thing is that it's cheaper these days to scrap the metal, send it overseas in a container, get it melted down, get it reformed, sent back here cheaper than we can actually produce it in Australia, as in the copper piping and so forth. So to me, that's the biggest disappointing thing with us in Australia. Yeah, so I'm here to talk about the conference.
Great. So do you want to just give us a rundown on where we're all going and,
Yes.
and what's on offer?
Yes, absolutely. So the conference is at the brand new Western Sydney Conference Centre. It's still being finished. I can assure you it will be done on time because I've gone out to site to inspect. They were at the fit out stage last time when I was there, and there's one conference that's trialling it before we go in. So we're pretty much the first official conference in there. And the centre is brand new.
And this is the images that we're looking at on the screen, I think is...
Yeah, sorry, Jen, I can't actually see any
That's
screens.
right, I'm pretty sure that's what we're looking at.
Yep.
Just keep going.
And it should have a curved structure.
Yep.
So, yep, so, and within that is contained the hotel as well. And what we've been able to do this year is been able to get some really good discounts for our members for room stays as well. And we've been able to get them to throw the breakfast in for one person. So don't miss out on that offer because there are limited amounts of rooms. And yeah, I think there's 170 odd rooms and we've tried to book all of them out. So it's going to be first in, best dressed. There are other hotels in the area, but that is obviously within the building itself. So you basically go straight down from the lift, walk through the lobby and you're into the main area. So we're going to be having the trade show. The trade show is going to be on the Thursday. We're really looking forward to that because we've got a lot of interest from the success that we had last year from the people that were there. Plus, we've now had other companies saying, hey, we heard about the event last year. We heard it was really cool. How do we get involved? So they've been pestering us for a while. So those companies are going to be there. We've got Icon is our events organizer this year. So we're looking to make sure this is a success. We're going to have we're hoping to get a lot of people there. So it's in Western Sydney. So make sure all of those members out in the Western Sydney, Blue Mountains area, basically anywhere in Australia, turn up. There's no excuse this year. We don't have any COVID. So last year was a bit of a drama for us because it wasn't until the last minute that we actually realised we could have the conference in Melbourne. So this year it's definitely confirmed. We're locked in. The venue's locked in. We've got our first speaker locked in, and I'm not going to mention them because I'm leaving that to Eob when he is able to attend. Jump online today. But yeah, no, that's a fantastic venue. Looking also to get to Turner Studio did the design, and the builder was also involved. So what I'm trying to do is get the builder. The builder is Richard Crooks. Sorry. So Richard Crooks. I'm looking at trying to get Turners and Richard Crooks to come and give a bit of a tour and talk about the building. I'm just liaising with them at the moment about getting the people that were involved in the project there. Next door is the water park. So there's the where they had the Olympic Games. And they've got the lake there for water skiing. They've got the it's called a cable water park where you jump on the cable, you do your wakeboarding, and you're not actually behind a boat. You're behind you've got a cable pulling you along. But also they've got this thing called aqua golf. I didn't know anything about it, but you basically stand there and you try and hit the ball into some hole in the water. So and what else is there? There's an indoor skydiving centre as well. So for those of you who haven't done it, I haven't done it myself, but I've heard it's pretty cool. So you've got that opportunity as well. So we're looking to make sure the partners have things to do when they're there as well. So it's not just for those delegates that are attending. I was just about to talk about the conference itself, but I don't know when EOB's coming on, so I'll let him talk about that. But again, look, we've been able.
There's obviously going to be some interest in the structure that the building itself, the conference centre itself. Can we?
Yeah, definitely. So that's what I'm looking at with Turner and also Richard Crooks, to be able to get people there to talk about how the process went, how the basically how you go through council about building a structure of that magnitude, and then going through the whole processes and so forth as well, and why they actually came up with the design that they did. Which I always think is important, because it's great to have a design, but what's its actual purpose other than being a convention centre? Why is it in the shape it is? Why did you use specific materials and so forth? That's always the important thing to learn. I think that'd be great for a lot of people who are starting out as well, to understand why material choice is so important. Again, the conference is at a great price this year. The early bird, I think, is still going. There was one special up until June, end of June. So yeah, I just can't tell people how important it is to attend. You've got possibility for CPD points as well, which is really good. We've also
it's always
got
a fantastic event. I mean, I think people that do attend have always got a lot out of it.
And that's the thing, Jen. Many years that when people go for the first time, they go, "Well, I've been a member or been in this for so many years, never been, but now that I've been, I'm hooked, and I'll be back next year." And I think once you try it, you understand that the importance of going to events like this, because it gives you the opportunity to earn CPD points, but also to learn, and to meet with other people. And when you meet people there, they're all very friendly. Everyone talks to one another, whether somebody has got 50, 60 staff as opposed to someone who might be a sole trader. The important thing is that there is that perfect harmony within the association and within the conferences, and an opportunity also to meet with industry partners, because obviously during COVID it's been quite difficult to get out and about and see people face to face, and people have been a little bit reluctant to head out, but I can assure you it's definitely going to be worthwhile attending the event.
I think so. Lara's post said Greater Western Sydney chapter members are keen, which there you go. We're coming to your neighbourhood, Lara.
I'd love to see them all there, Lara.
And Kirsty said she's already booked, so that's great.
Yes, I could see that.
Sarah Jane's posted a couple of links there, so people can click on them to get some more information about the conference.
And look, we're putting the program together. We've got a couple of speakers, which I'll let Eob discuss. But it's this year we're looking at what members wanted to hear, and they're talking about the NCC. People want to know about the NCC. A lot of people are interested in AI, and what are the concerns? Like, if I do a design, I'm using AI. Who actually owns the copyright? And that's something that's going to be quite prevalent, in the not too distant future, because people will be dependent on AI. I know a lot of people use ChatGPT, so Eob will talk about that, because we've got somebody talking about that as well. And that's a really, really cool tool to use. And once it goes towards a design, the concern's going to be is who actually owns that design in the end, the copyright of that design, and that's going to be that could become quite problematic. And I think that's something everyone needs to be aware of, and we're looking at having legal advice on all of this as well to be able to provide insights into the do's and don'ts as well in that. So we're looking to have a panel on the NCC so we can give everybody an update of what the changes are nationally, and we're going to have panelists discussing the NCC, and we've got opportunities for everyone, whether you're a thermal performance assessor. There's all about, we've got energy efficiency presentations, whether you're a student wanting to learn about how do I get into this industry, what do I do, what are the next steps. There's workshops for them as well. So there's workshops for everybody. No excuse not to go.
Can you talk a little bit quickly before Eb comes on just about the National Design Awards? So people have got 3 weeks left to put entries in for the Design Awards, but there's a couple of new categories this year.
So look,
right?
so we have got a couple of new categories this year. So we opened up the passive house category. We had a lot of people asking about that, and we've been in contact with the CEO and the people at Passive House, and we've been discussing having an entry there. We've actually got an event in Adelaide coming up with Passive House, a conjoint event there, and they're really looking forward to assisting us with the judging and so forth of the Passive House Award. And anyone that's entering that category needs to have that project certified. So you can't just come in and just say it's a passive house. It actually have to be certified. That's the main criteria there. We've got a couple of other categories. The other one that we've introduced was, let me think about it. Sarah Jane, if you're there,
you're right.
or you let me know, Jen, if you've got it written down. There was a couple of others. What was the other ones? We've got Passive House. We've got
was there thermal assessors?
No, so thermal assessors. So all those thermal assessors, if you want to get recognised for your work, make sure to enter, because what we're looking for is people that are going above and beyond. And we know that some clients just want a 7-star home or a 6-star home, but sometimes there's dramas on the job and it's difficult to get it above 5 based on the circumstances, and you've been able to get it to 7 or 7.5 or 8. And this is what we're looking for, to show that you're going above and beyond, and you're striving for excellence. So
there's a few people that have just asked whether there's an option for the conference to have virtual attendance, just because of the costs.
Unfortunately, there isn't. We have tried virtual events before, and for us, it actually costs a lot of money to put the event on. And if people decide they're going to sit at home and watch it on their lounge, it makes it more difficult for us as an organiser to put an event on. So those people that turn up, if you have minimal amount of people there, it's quite unfair. There will be opportunities to purchase CPD after that, but but it won't be everything that's part of it. We want to make sure that people go.
I guess BDAA do quite a lot of online education and online seminars, so this really is about face-to-face interaction.
And look, that's what we're trying to encourage. It's the one time of the year where you can get maximum CPD points, and this is where we want you to really come meet with other members and new members. And there's going to be a lot of people out there that are non-members that are wanting to know more about the association. And once you do attend these events, trust me, you will go again. It won't be the first time. They are addictive. So
Jeff has asked how many CPD points to attend the conference.
We'll be letting people know on that in the next week or so. So that's what we're actually working on that at the moment, unless I don't think we've got that finalised just yet. But
Sarah James has posted a note to say if anyone hasn't received their CPD certificate or needs a duplicate from last year's event, to please send an email to marketing@bdaa.com.au.
And also, Sarah Jane, if you're there, if you could let us know what the other award categories are. And anybody that has a dual occupancy, we had a few people contact us this year saying, could we make an opportunity for dual occupancy? And yes, we're going to open a category for dual occupancy. And also for multi-residential, we're going to be doing up to 3 stories and 3 stories above 3 stories. We're going to be doing that because we had quite a bit of interest in those categories as well. So that was up to 3 stories and above 3 stories, the 2 separate categories there, plus dual occupancy will be opening up as well. So there's the passive house as well.
Ryan has asked whether there'll be multiple events.
I think what Ryan means is if there's going to be breakout rooms. We're looking, so this year we're looking at, because of the amount of interest in the New South Wales sector from other governments as well, with the fact that New South Wales has created the largest reform in the construction history, due to obviously the dodgy building works that have been going on. Other jurisdictions are looking to follow suit, and they're waiting to see what's happening with New South Wales. So we're looking to get the New South Wales government to come and actually do a presentation. But for those people that aren't part of New South Wales, that haven't got interest in that, perhaps we're going to have other presentations in the second room. That's what we're looking at this stage. We're just finalising that at the moment. But this, I can guarantee everybody, what's happening in New South Wales is being looked at by other state jurisdictions. And the meetings that I've had with other government jurisdictions is they're waiting to see what happens in New South Wales. They will look at, I guess, what's worked and what hasn't really worked, and then start to adopt some of those aspects that have worked.
Yep.
But I can assure you that they are looking at that, and I can assure you that licensing for the rest of the classes is coming in next year as well. And the government is looking at the BDAA accreditation scheme as that alternative pathway through to registration. So be aware that it is coming in.
Michael's just got another question about the conference, which might be a question for EO, but I'll ask now anyway. It's just checking if we book online and say we want accommodation, does that effectively book the accommodation, or does it have to be booked separately?
We've got packages where it's booked together. So there's a package where you can book the room and the conference.
Okay, so that should all be pretty clear then through the booking.
Yeah, EOB will be able to confirm that. There was that special because we had this special going with the hotel where they had the breakfast.
Yep.
Thrown in with the room, and that was it. It all is linked. So the whole venue is one.
So John has posted a message to say,
well,
along with his wife, he's attended many national conferences since 1994, all over Australia, and not once has he been disappointed. Highly recommend. So that's
that, and I'll guarantee that was John Baeda, wasn't it? I don't think I've ever been to a conference where I haven't seen John arrive. So it's
and there
John,
are definitely hurdles to people attending the conference through cost and family situations and the like, and it's if you can find a way to get there, it's well worth the
and look, if you want to Airbnb or anything like that, you can buy a ticket to the conference. You don't actually have to go to that same hotel. Or if you've got family in the area, if you're a local, you don't have to buy the tickets to the hotel. We're just making sure that we've got hotel rooms available because we just don't want people to miss out.
Stephen has asked, can I invite my friends to attend it together? And absolutely, you don't need to be a BDAA member to attend the conference.
No, not at all. Absolutely, everybody is welcome. The more, the merrier.
Yep, definitely. And they will want to become BDAA members.
Absolutely, Jen. So the trade show itself, I encourage everybody to make sure if you're going to arrive on that Thursday afternoon, attend the trade show. Last year's was a huge success, and I guarantee this one will be just as successful.
We're still waiting for EOB, and I'm thinking we're going to be running out of time. Can you push on and talk a bit about the Festival of Design in his absence?
Yeah, so basically, so we've got the AI, and then we've got design, and we've got build. So the AI, what we're talking about is AI is the new thing. There's no avoiding it. It's like the internet. You know, the internet came in and people are wondering, what do I do? We want to make sure that everybody that attends a conference is up to date with AI, that they know exactly the do's and don'ts. We've got a presenter, like I said, on ChatGPT, a great presenter. And also we've got everyone's heard about Michael, so Michael's going to be talking as well. We've got also people about design specifically. We're looking at the NCC. We're going to have a panel discussion on the NCC and the changes, the important changes that are coming in. We're looking at, for those people, because of what's happening in New South Wales, talking about the licensing and so forth that's coming in next year. And then that's going to basically affect anybody that practices in New South Wales. So anybody that practices in New South Wales, you will not be able to practice unless you're registered, and the BDAA is that pathway to registration. So I encourage anyone that's interested or practicing in New South Wales to ensure that you're accredited through the BDAA, and don't wait until next year when thousands of people are going to start rushing in because they're going to have no choice. Start to think about pursuing that now. Now, also at the conference, other than the trade show, there are bars and restaurants and so forth, many bars and restaurants for everybody to head to. We're looking to have a drinks celebration after the trade show as well, or during the trade show. And then we've got on the Friday, we've got the first day of conference, roughly from 9 a.m. until about 5 p.m. generally. And then the second day of the conference will be 9 till about 3 o'clock. And then we've got the National Design Awards preceding that. And we've also got, what else was there? There was the conference. I'm just trying to think because I just don't want to talk about stuff for EOB if he's going to come on, but I think we've only got 10 minutes to go.
He's just gotten online, Chris.
Oh, okay. So I don't want to
how about we
destroy
let
his
you, let you
presentation.
go and see if we can get EOB just to run through
Okay.
something.
Just once
Thank
again, I
you.
encourage everybody to attend. You won't regret it.
Beautiful. Have we got you online, EOB?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're
Welcome.
well. Sorry, I was just running a tad late from our last meeting. Thank you so much for joining us today. Chris has asked me to come and join you guys and tell you a little bit more about the festival. Very excited that my team got on board and we're organizing this awesome festival. It sounds like an industry that I really want to delve into and find out more. So I'm really relying on your support to give me some feedback and send me an email saying, EOB, this is what we want to see. Now, I do have a picture and a brief that I was given, and it is a fantastic brief. Obviously, AI is a very topical topic that we need to talk about, especially for your industry, because things are changing quite fast. And from what I've from the research that I've done, there's a lot of things that you need to be aware of. Now, nothing to be scared of as usual, because every time a new topic comes, we humans tend to panic. But what we want to do is we want to be informed, and that's what we're going to do at this topic. At this festival, we're going to be informed, more importantly, engaged in an exciting event that will connect you all. And we're also going to bring in some amazing speakers that are actually going to present on this. So Michael McQueen is one of the best futurists that you'll find out there. I've sat down and personally listened to him for 4 hours, and he's had me completely engaged, by the way. And he is going to be one of our big keynote speakers that's going to be a part of this. Then we'll obviously delve into all types of topics that are related with building and design. Again, things that we need to any updates around that, anything exciting that you guys are doing, we'd love to know about, because this festival is really about celebrating your wins as much as it is we're celebrating our wins. More importantly, bringing members to really understand what other members are doing out there as well. So again, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email is info@iconcorpevents.com, and reach out to us. So the best part is it's in Sydney, in New South Wales. From what Chris has told me, again, the member base is a bigger base here, but obviously this is a national festival, and we want you to travel to Western Sydney. Western Sydney is where I pretty much lived in the past 22 years. It sure has changed 22 years ago, and now it's become a phenomenal place, especially this new venue that we're going to. Brand new venue. The first event is actually being hosted in August, and we're pretty much the fifth or sixth event that's going to be hosting there, which is very exciting. Chris and I went and saw it with our hard hats, so I felt like a real builder then, which is awesome. And it's a beautiful venue, really. So the best part is the interior was done, and we got to see parts of it. Plus, not to mention, there's an awesome accommodation right next to it. Everything is right there. The Penrith Panther precinct. So Penrith Panthers just across the road from this Western Sydney Conference Centre. iFly is there as well. So if you guys want to sneak out and quickly grab an hour of flying on those amazing human protractors, that would be great. But there's so there's plenty to do in terms of the festival. But we just want you to join us, and your feedback is key to this. So reach out to us and just let us know what topics that you want to see as well as a part of it.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. And certainly I think being able to have some input from members about what they'd be interested in learning and sharing is excellent. So please make sure if you've got some thoughts, just contact Eon. Excuse me. Sarah J just posted a note to say the trade show is Thursday, the 19th of October.
Correct.
Friday is the first day of the conference on the 20th. Saturday is the second day, the 21st, and Saturday night is the Design Awards. So that's the order of proceeding.
That's correct. And I just wanted to add into the ticketing price, we've actually integrated it all. So it's all one price. So you don't have to pay separate for the gala dinner. I believe that was the case in the past couple of years. But this time you can actually purchase the whole thing in one package. The room rates are amazing. So $239 it starts from. 5-star hotel. I mean, I'm talking about, we've gone and seen it. It's incredible for $239. Really delivers a great experience.
Are there options for people that don't want to attend the trade show and Design Awards?
Sorry?
Are there options for if people don't want to attend the Design Awards and the dinner to just attend the conference and not pay for the full package? There
is option. Oh yeah. I mean, we can actually work on that. It's not a problem at all. But we do have a day delegate package if you want, instead of a. So yeah, you can probably purchase 2-day delegate packages. And
is there an early bird price on that package?
Yes, early bird price is out now. It's $7.95. We did have an end of financial year price, which was $6.95, and that ended last week. But $7.95 again includes the dinner, includes the 2-day plenary, includes the trade show on the Thursday night as well. So again, we've integrated the Thursday night trade show with the networking event. So instead of having a 3-hour trade show, we're going to have a 5-hour trade show / networking event.
Nara has posted a comment just to say, please include a presentation on setting fees. And this is always an ongoing topic of discussion for designers. Lara would like to see a presentation on setting fees for projects.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll have to discuss that with Chris and confirm those details.
Very good. Thank you, Eon.
No, pleasure.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for joining us. So that will wrap up our meeting for today. So a big thank you to our presenters and to you all for joining us. So if there are any questions that have come out of today's presentations, you can contact Sarah Jane, media@bdaa.com.au, and she will be able to direct questions to the right people. The next meeting will be at 1 o'clock on Tuesday, the 1st of August. So I will say goodbye for now and look forward to seeing you next month. All right. Bye, everyone.